Vince in Encino. Vince, welcome to KBC. How are you?
Hi, how you doing?
I'm fine. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, I enjoy your show very much. But this morning, I'm really questioning I'm listening to what you're saying, and I understand where you're coming from. But aren't you leaving out, when you were just breaking down the history of Iran, aren't you leaving out the fact that we had a propped up leadership there that was toppled by a revolution?
Oh, that's not just in Iran. That's in a lot of these places. There was also, look, the whole country of Iraq. It's a fake country. It's a country that was cobbled together in Winston Churchill's head.
Yes, and as well as, Iran before the revolution, from America's perspective, the fact is there's been covert operations going on all over the world, but particularly where Iran is concerned, what reason would that region of the world have to trust us at this point?
Well, this is a huge problem, and, it's an enormous problem because it's the cut-and-run phenomenon, and I'm not talking about Murtha or anybody domestically. I'm talking about the United States of America, who makes commitments. You pick a team. During the Cold War, you could pick Team Soviet, you could pick Team USA. And the side that cut and run was the side that couldn't make any more allies.
I don't know if I agree with that. I would love to break it down into sides, but wouldn't you agree it's a corporatocracy?
Well, I don't know.
That's happening in this country.
Well, look,
that's propping up governments. That's issuing 9/11 reports that are totally incomplete. That issues reports during the Iran-Contra affair that make no sense.
All right. You're going on a laundry list, and I'm sorry. We got so much in front of us right here and right now that...
Sir, I'm talking to you about what you got in front of you right here. I think you're leaving out a lot.
Well, I'm sure I am leaving out a lot. We're having a 4-minute phone call. I mean, I can't go back to Iran-Contra, for God's sakes. What we're just talking about here right now is that this is a mess. All right? Can we at least agree on that? 800-222-KABC. Shiva on a cell phone. Shiva, welcome to KABC. How are you?
Good morning, Doug. How are you?
I got to tell you what, my day, which is really boring, I get up about 9:30 or so,
right,
and then I turn on Fox News immediately.
So do I.
And everybody. So I watch everybody. I got to tell you, the last 2 weeks.
Okay, thank you. Let's go to line. Is there somebody on 11 or no?
Vince.
No, Vince. No.
Yeah.
Oh, Vince is on 11. Vince, you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hi.
Hi there.
How you doing?
Fine, thank you.
So I have a question for you. I'm a big fan of yours, and I was wondering if the claim from your book is that liberals are always using, tragedies to forward their cause, which I completely agree with. But then recently I started to consider 9/11 and how the Bush administration has used that. What do you think of that?
They're getting a little whiny, Ann.
That's the Alan Combs question. Bush is the commander-in-chief. He's responding to a war on terrorism. I mean, he isn't claiming I had a friend who died, and therefore you must pass this legislation. He's saying we need to pass this legislation, we need to go to war, we need to do this and that, because I'm the commander-in-chief responding on behalf of America, as the passage that Mike Walker read at the beginning of the show, or the beginning when I came on the show, said. This was an attack on the nation. It's not, an individual's issue. This isn't like, your husband went off and got killed in a car accident, and we all must pay attention to what's happening to you and the car accident every night on TV. This is an attack on the nation. He's the commander-in-chief. I promise you, when FDR was running in World War II, he was running on the war.
Absolutely. But FDR's close business friend was not the Bin Laden family.
We got the MoveOn.org crowd here.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm really conservative, and I'm really confused. I really am. I'm honestly conservative. I voted for Bush.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm totally confused.
And you're wondering why. Well, I mean, again.
The Bin Laden family, if I could just throw in here, I will treat this as a completely sincere call. There've been, just to have a friend who is a member, and it isn't like his best friend. That's the problem.
Right.
Dow today up 13 points. You're listening to ABC.
To have a friend who is a member, and it isn't like his best friend. That's the problem.
Or New York. And do you know
Los Angeles,
Chicago, Dallas, Orlando, or Jacksonville.
That's the problem.
Right. And do you know
many members of the Laden family contributed to, certainly the Saudi royal family, especially, basically built the Bill
There's
Clinton
no doubt that
Museum.
there's always been a political motivation to weaken the president. That's a big part of this.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, my friend, good call. Vince is in Encino, California. Howdy, Vince. How are you? Welcome to the Sean Hannity Show.
Hey, Sean. How you doing? I'm a big fan of yours.
Thank you. Welcome aboard.
Thank you, buddy. Good to be here. Just wanted to ask, I admit I do read the New York Times, and I do enjoy the paper. But I am kind of right now, I guess, as a citizen, trying to discern what are the true media networks. And I'm just wondering, I look at the New York Times, I look at what they report, and then I look at Fox News, and you guys have Oliver North on your show as a consultant, and I don't really understand how you can have a war criminal there.
Well, Ollie North's not been convicted of anything. He's not a war criminal, and you just hate him because you don't like Ollie North. Sorry, he's a friend of mine, and he's a great American.
Get off the phone,
by the way,
you big dope.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe you can thank him the next time you can see him for all the Purple Hearts he's got. Actually, real legitimate ones. Sue, New Haven, Connecticut. How are you, Sue? Welcome to the program. Glad you are with us.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
I mean, it's video. They have the...
all right. Hey, Vince, I'm going to answer your question. You're going to be off the line, but I'm going to answer your question. Here's the thing, Vince, let's finish on this point because I think it's about... Vince, you're still on hold, so you don't have to hang up. Here's the deal. People are going to try to make this... I had a guy call to this video evidence that it wasn't a plane that crashed into the Pentagon, but a cruise missile. Let me tell you something. That's total BS. Conspiracy theorists will always come up with these crafty arguments. The best argument I can say to someone, since you can never argue with someone who insists they have proof, even though they don't, and by the way, keeping that kind of a thing secret, can you imagine? Democrats would go crazy. These are powerful people in Washington. They go nuts with that information, but they can't seem to get it? They're that stupid? I mean, they could have Bush impeached and locked up.
Hi, Randy Rocha. What's your comment?
Hi, my comment is I'm neither a Republican or a Democrat, but I am wondering about the certain facts from 9/11 and what the government's involvement was, and wondering why no candidate right now is running and exposing what is the truth. What it says about the candidates across the board and the corporate ownership of the entire system, and the fact that it completely seems pointless, and I'm confused. I would like to get her opinion on that.
Okay, well, I'll pass your comments along, see if she wants to get into that, all right?
Okay.
Bye. Randy Rocha, what's your comment?
Hi, yeah, I just called and I got hung up on. I'm wondering why I can't speak to Randy about my question about what she's saying.
Well, I got your question, I took your comments down, and
But isn't it a talk radio show?
Sure.
Okay, so can I speak to Randy?
I'm not gonna...
Why?
Put that call through. I'm just going to give the comments along to her.
Can I ask, just wondering, because I listen to your show. I'm a dedicated listener. Why?
That's fine. It's just the way it happens today. Sorry.
All right, but here's the other thing. No U.S. president wants to launch an act of war against his own country. Roosevelt may or may not have known about Pearl Harbor. That's up for debate. But that was the Pacific Fleet, far away in a different time. You are not going to let an act of war occur on U.S. soil where you take down buildings in major cities, blow up the Pentagon, have jets crashing, have the World Trade Centers fall. Why? Because the risk, in retrospect, we did okay, in hindsight. But the risk is you could collapse. The U.S. economy could collapse. People could go nuts. I mean, it could be a total disaster. What president would do that? Vince, your friends are absolutely whacked. Make that argument, then make the argument, look, if that's what happened, how is it that Hillary Clinton hasn't gotten her hands on this and isn't all over the news with it on Fox News getting the president impeached?
Listen, let me tell you this. She's taking calls right now. I think in this segment, let me put you on hold.
Thank you.
If she gets to you here, then feel free. Go right ahead and ask that question. Hang on, I'm going to put you on hold.
Can she get to my call?
Because we're really not talking about that. We've done shows.
I know, but you're not asking candidates, and that's the most important thing. You're not asking candidates these questions. You're not asking the people who are going to potentially be running.
We don't have that many candidates on.
You have candidates on. I'm saying the fact that it's not become...
I wanted to ask them.
That literally, how do you explain... Are you aware that Building 7, for example, is not mentioned in the 9/11 Commission report, period, the end? And hear their answer. Do they know that?
Okay, I understand. I've heard the argument before. I mean, we're never going to have really real answers, but hey, it happens.
We're not going to have real answers. What happens?
Some things are left unanswered.
Vince, you know what? I'm just going to be honest with you. Of the discrepancies in the 9/11 report, I'm just not up on it. All right? So there, all you conspiracy theorists can have your day.